the Mixtape Authority.
Yes, good day. Well, good night. Well, I should say it's 9 o'clock. This is in Black America Radio with your host, Rasta B. This is, Friday the 14th, October 2016. Today in Black America Radio, we're going to be breaking down the Netflix documentary 13th. I saw that today. That's pretty interesting. I want to talk about today's conditions. Obviously, the elections, the new turnaround. If you've been following the show, you should know that, you know what I'm saying. Your host, Rasta B, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I believe that Trump is going to win because of America. Now, I know it seems crazy because of all of the controversy and everything else, but I don't put shit past America, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it is what it is on that aspect. Yeah, before I go even further, let me just go ahead and bring my co-host Smoke. Hold on. Smoke, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's good, man?
Shit, man, Friday. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit. I'm just looking at looking at a lot of shit, man. It's Friday.
A long week.
Man, I can't even tell you the half, man. But yeah.
Yo, man, I'm saying, man, big Friday, yo. But I mean, you seen Tommy from Martin died, man? You seen that?
Oh, yeah. That was
man.
Out here. In Atlanta. Yes, I heard it.
Yeah, got to give a RIP to that brother, man. He's been part of you know what I'm saying? He'll always be remembered, you know what I'm saying? Just being part of a classic show, you know what I'm saying? That's cult classic, you know what I'm saying? Martin, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? RIP to that brother, you know what I'm saying?
Sure that. Wish I had something to sound effects or something, but I don't. Yeah, but yeah.
So I want to see that. I want to see that Birth of a Nation joint, man. I want to see that.
Yeah, I still need to see that. Yeah, my money.
I kind of had plans to see that joint earlier today, and like come on and I mean not really give a review, just you know what I mean, just give my thoughts on it or whatever. But that didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I definitely want to see that. That's like one of the hot topics or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The whole movie and the damn your man, what's her name?
What?
Nate Parker. Your man Nate Parker. There's a whole controversy going on with him. Even though it really shouldn't be a controversy, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Man, see, I noticed all of the attention was on the opening, the first box opening week or whatever it's called.
Right. Opening week or whatever.
I know. Yeah, whatever it's called. The box opening week or whatever. I got a lot of attention. I seen off of that. Like a lot of people like laughing at not laughing, but pointing out the fact that it didn't have great numbers. Which to me is ironic, being that when the white Birth of the Nation came out, that shit, every white American seen that shit at that time. They came out in droves. But what black people don't understand is the difference between white people and black people is when you tell stories like that, you're telling the stories of the power or the control that white people had on black people. That's like the white people glory days. They're reminiscing, right, on their forefathers, how they was able to contain us. When we look at that as conditions that we're still dealing with to this day. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's like if I'm going to watch Birth of a Nation, that Turner didn't free nobody. We didn't get free. That's a misnomer. I keep hearing people say that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get freed. We didn't. That Turner didn't free nobody. We're still in these conditions. So I think a lot of times that's why you don't see black people go out to watch these movies, because when you watch that movie, it's like you're watching that ugly girl before she put the makeup on. You know what I'm saying? And you may not want to see that. We live in a reality. In the word, the Matrix is so real. We live in we live in two realities. We live in a reality and we live in a fantasy. The fantasy world is our reality. In reality, we don't want to deal with. So what happened is we don't want to be reminded that we're in the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? We want to be rockabye to sleep. And you know what it is? It's like you about to rob somebody, you pull out a gun, you stick it to the person's side or whatever, you're like, yo, run it. And they like, all right, man, just put the gun down, man. I'll give you what you want. Just don't make it so obvious that you're robbing me. You see what I'm saying? That's how black people are. It's like we'll do what y'all want us to do. We'll conform to what you want us to conform to. Just don't make it so blatant. And I think, like, I really feel like that's a solid agreement we made. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. Yo, that shit is sickening. Go ahead.
Nah, I feel you, man. But you know how it is, man. Like, I was hearing, like, just a lot of different stories. You know, a few stories of, you know, people saying that they knew people who got tickets and it was for the wrong show. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for the actual Birth of a Nation that they paid for. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know how numbers are. Numbers can be altered and shit like that.
But I don't mean nothing. None of that mean nothing. If that's the case, show me none of your goddamn ticket stuff. Because none of that shit mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because every time people say that shit, I'll be like, but what do that mean?
You see, my thing is like, my thing is like, yo, if it's a good movie, it's there, it's out for the people to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean, whatever the movie made. Because I mean, you know, listening to like Nate Parker interview, you know, he talk about how much it was a sacrifice, and one point he was gonna put it on YouTube or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's out there, it's a movie, You know what I'm saying? It's done by a brother. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, a lot of people seem like they wanted to see that story depicted. So, you know,
No,
it's cool.
but hear what I'm saying though. Cap, we might want to see it in our home.
Would you
See
say?
what I'm saying? We may not want to go, or we might want to see it at our home.
Oh, right.
In the privacy of our home, of our crib.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah, like maybe we don't want to go.
It is something that would be,
in a,
especially like it's emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's something that you like. All right, let me just be at home, and you know. So yeah, I can understand that, man.
you know, this ain't a situation where we in fucking Soweto and black people is the majority of the country, and we watching a movie showing black people uprising and kicking white people ass. No. We're the minority in a country that never took their foot off our neck, and then we're going to go into a movie to watch aspects of us fighting against the system that we're currently fighting against. And I really believe the issue with black people is not that we don't want to watch it. It's literally like you know what it is? It's like you watching Straight Outta Compton and you seeing the cops beating somebody's ass or some shit and everybody getting mad and upset. And what's the first thing you say? It's just like now. Ain't nothing changed from back then to now. Same shit like the slave movies. Because you're going to see the remnants of it. When you're watching the Patty Rollers and see the connection between that and the police now, nah, I'd rather watch that in my house. So holler at me during DVD sales. Because remember, Django got a lot of flack too when it first came out. Now, you talk to black people now, everybody named mother talk about how much they love Django. But a lot of people watch Django on DVD, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people watched it on DVD. So,
I feel you on that.
Shit, did you see did you get to see the Netflix movie 13? The 13?
No, I ain't see it. I just saw something earlier today when I was at work. Like, oh man, I didn't get a chance to watch it though. I saw like an advertisement or some shit.
Yeah, that shit's dope. Oh,
well, 13 about the 13th Amendment.
Yeah. 13th Amendment. Which, like I said, the sad thing about Black Americans, man, is like when we start picking up on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when we start talking about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the curve.
It's like I'm trying to formulate it. It's behind. I mean, this is way behind the curve. This is the 13th Amendment. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about constitutional amendments and shit in 2016. We're now highlighting something. Yeah, and that's the shit that it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. But see. I'm trying to formulate this shit into words. Maybe I should start writing this shit down, man, if I could read it with a clearer thought. But it's like we're so busy following a fucking narrative or a template or a formula that we miss all the blatant shit that's in our face. You see what I'm saying? I remember telling my homies that. I used to be like, well, I'm going to tell you something I used to tell people back in the day. I used to be like, when people might say, you know, things is different, times change. That was back in the day and all kind of stuff like that, right? And they'll be like, and things like that. You know, that's back in the day or whatever. I always ask them, like, What do that mean? Back in the day, what do that mean? That was old time. What do that mean? The racist white is dying off, and the new whites coming up isn't going to be racist. Like, what do all of this mean? This is. I mean, yo, we're not one generation removed from slavery. You dig what I'm saying? That's why when I be telling people and I say, we don't even have to talk about slavery. And I think we should stop talking about slavery. And let me clarify my statement. I feel like we should stop talking about slavery when we talk about reparations. I feel like any black person who can trace their lineage back to slavery, which we all can if we really did, you know what I'm saying? But I know there's some people who have better record keeping than others. The ones with the better record keeping, then you still fight for slavery reparations. The ones who can't, leave that alone. Fight for Reconstruction. The ones who can't, leave that alone. Fight for Jim Crow. The ones who can't, leave that alone. You see what I'm saying? And on and on and on. These fuckers, they've been fucking with us our whole existence here. My generation, we're supposed to be fighting for the drug war. You see what I'm saying? We need reparations for that. You can't sit here and take a whole 2, 3, 4 generations out the street. You can't sit here and take 1 million men out the community on some bullshit and then 20 years later say we've made terrible mistakes in the past. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, what black people go through in this country is criminal. Straight up. It's criminal.
Nah, you're definitely right about that, man. Definitely right about that, man. But, you know, we got to wisen up. You know, sometimes I be feeling like a lot of times we be knowing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't doing it. You know, it's a lot of shit that can just numb you up to what you got to do. Like, you can forget about it. Like, you know, you can indulge yourself in clothes, the street life, hoeing, pimping. You know what I'm saying? It's bad shit you can numb yourself out on. That's what we really be doing. But for the most part, we know what we got to do. It's just, you know, cats ain't doing it. That's the problem. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't think we know what to do. I really don't think so. I really don't think black people know what to do. Because we don't think as black people. Let me get into some black people. Yeah, because I don't want to speak roundabout. So now I want to speak specifically as I crush my herb up, right? I should have did this before the show, but I was trying to look for some paper. I had wrote down something I saw on MSNBC the other day. And you can hear me clear, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Come on. All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I was listening to it. All right. So I'm listening to MSNBC, and I wrote this shit down on a yellow sticky pad. I was trying to find it in my drawer, but they're talking about Haiti.
Wow.
And they're talking about how they sat here and how they basically put cholera in their water system. There's a white dude talking. I'm gonna see can I find that audio. It's on YouTube. I was listening to that shit today. It was on MSNBC. Yeah, they was talking, and they was like, and I was trying to find that shit before the show, but I had wrote down the type, I can't think of it for nothing, and I have nothing upstairs. But yeah, dude was talking about Haiti and was saying how how Haiti, I mean cholera and all that, cholera ain't fucking native to no goddamn Haiti. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers put that shit in there, and that's what the white dude said. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, did
they say like what period of time?
You know, I'm trying. See, that's why I got to get the audio. And I wish I.
See, the reason I was asking you that
man.
because during the last hurricane, that was one of the mentions that I saw in the article, and you had mentioned it too. Was how they were saying that the cholera levels or the incidents or however they labeled it, that was going to increase due to the hurricane. So I was just wondering, like, what I'm saying, is these are those the times for them to, using disaster to further kill off people? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the cover for whatever they want to do. You know what I mean?
No, let me go deeper than that, Smoke. Because, see, this is what kills me when it comes to people that want to talk about this pro-black shit, right? But they don't want to connect no goddamn dot. Right. Now, what was the question you just asked?
Like, what was
about
the time frame? Like, when did it, when did it happen?
No,
like,
I'm saying, but why did you ask that?
Yeah, like, my reasoning behind asking you that was, like, whether or not, like, was it during a time of, like, a natural disaster or something of that nature where that could be like the cover for the crazy tactics that they have or that plan. They can use that
with the natural disaster, right? Watch this. Don't these people always talk about the government got HARP and all that shit?
Yeah, right.
Don't HARP supposed to be the shit that goddamn, you know what I'm saying, is the damn shit that the weather modifier shit?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. So they put in the cholera in there, and that's what I was talking about on last week's show when I was saying that, look at the pattern. Last time they screamed cholera during the earthquake over there, it was France that put cholera in their shit. You know what I'm saying? They trace that shit back to France. Then this clip that I'm looking for, they turn around now and they saying, we owe. This is what the shit was. It was, we owe Haiti. That's what the dude was pretty much saying. We owe Haiti. And and the dude was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, how the money that was pledged never went to Haiti, and how they was infecting the country with fucking cholera. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, shit, man, like that nigga's affecting them. I can't find that shit. And I wrote the title down. Yeah, I wrote the title down on my sticky note, but I put it on my other sticky note. It got swamped in the sea of yellow. But if I find the damn thumbnail, I should might come up. Yeah,
you're running.
Yeah, because I wanted to have that on there. Yeah, I wanted to have that on there because, like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pattern, and this is the thing that killed me when it comes to black people. It goes back to the whole point of saying what was said. I don't think black people get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think so. We could say it. Even the ones saying that they get it, I don't think get it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the ones saying they get it, I don't think get it. I'm watching the documentary. Yeah, I'm watching the documentary 13th on Netflix. That shit is recommended for every black person to watch. Straight up. If you black, especially in America, you got to watch Netflix 13. You have to watch that. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm checking that out.
Even watching that and listening to them talk, I'm listening to them talk, yo, and I'm like, y'all don't get it, and y'all on the screen. They talk like this is like these white people is making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like black people talk like white people is doing this because they don't know no better. And we have to teach them or some shit like that. This is deliberate. You know?
That's what I say. That's why I say, man, cats get it. We be scared, man. Cats be knowing, man, and that's how I feel. Like, you know, man, when you've been getting your ass kicked for so long, nigga, you know what it is. You just say scared to fight. Now, I ain't saying we have a plan. Like, you know, we have a plan. We just scared to execute. Yeah, it's a lot of learning that we gotta do as a people. Sometimes I just feel like cats just be like we just be scared, man. Like, you know what, man?
You know what?
It's gonna be all right.
Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I'm looking at the kid just getting beat up, and I'm just like, maybe he don't know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he don't know.
But you cannot know how to fight, man. You cannot know how to fight. But it's like when you done got the fight knocked out of you, you ain't even gonna come out just swing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after a while you get mad. You might not win, but you gonna fight. You're like, I'm getting my ass kicked. We be knowing we just don't want to get in the mix. That's how I be feeling. Yes, we need direction. Yes, we need laws passed. We need all of that, but we just need to stop being soft. That's how I look at it. Well,
because you know I was born in this.
No,
you know what
I'm
saying? So really, like, watching this for almost 36 years. It's like I said, maybe I'm to the point where I'm delusional, and I'm just like, maybe we don't know because I'm speechless.
Because you see, I mean, you could just see the blatant happen and somebody just come on and brush over any situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I ain't even thinking of nothing specific. I'm trying to, like, bring something that I can really hit something specific. But it's just like, in my opinion, it's like we know what we got to do, man. It's like, all right, the problem between me and my woman is because I cheat on her. But I keep cheating on her. Because you mad at what happened. It's like, yo, come on, you know what you gotta do. You just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta just grow up. Like I was saying earlier, we just like numb ourselves out to the bullshit. So it's like, shit, I could just go get me some new clothes or whatever. I feel good. You know what I mean? I go to the club, hit it up, give me a little shorty for the night, bong her off, get numb to it. We ain't gotta worry about problems.
I'm going to have to correct you now because I think you're simplifying it. It ain't as easy as I know I have a bad relationship with my girl because I'm cheating. And if this shit here is we're the woman in the abusive relationship saying, oh, he just had a bad day today. You know what I'm saying? After I just got beat up. And it's like,
right.
you got beat up.
I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but the solution is simple.
I said it's psychology.
It's
psychological.
I feel you.
Because it's like
I'm definitely not trying to
woman saying, No, I'm not saying you are. But what I'm saying is, it's like talking to that woman and she getting beat up, and the logical thing is, why don't you leave? But when somebody say it ain't that simple, it's like,
because it's not.
No,
it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not. Yeah. It's not that simple, and that's not how I want to make it. You know what I'm saying? It is, but a part of it to me is just like, because I mean, it's like a lot of times it's just like you know what I'm saying. You went back and you just, earlier, when you first came on, you talking about 13th Amendment, 13th, the show. And you're like, oh, we talking about stuff from the 1800s. It's like a lot of the information and things out here we know. You know what I mean? To me, I just feel like sometimes we just gotta make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't simple. So I don't want to make it seem like that. But that's just sometimes I just see the frustration where it's like we doing the same thing, losing the same battles. It's like over and over. It's like generation and generation. We coming in broke. We not establishing stuff for our kids. So it's like sometimes it's just frustration, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, come on, we should know better, you know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like that, you know what I mean?
And me, it's like, yo, I just get to the point where I just feel like, yo, it's literally a psychological grip on us. That the shit, and that's why when West Indians and Africans and shit like that come to America, and they want to diss Black Americans and call them stupid and lazy and all kinds of dumb shit like that. That's why I get offended, because I always be like, yo, you don't have a clue about the shit that's going on in America. You just got off the fucking boat.
Right.
And you over here talking shit about motherfuckers.
Yeah, and it's definitely not a narrative of buckle up your straps on your pants, tighter and go. And not that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like a lot of times, we'll do things that we know are gonna fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? It's like tearing up the families. You got 3 kids with somebody. You done made a family. Why are you worried about doing something that you see on TV? Why are you worried about living that life when you done established this? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just small things like that where I feel like we know what we got to do. That's what I'm
saying. That's psychological. Because the person that watched the TV and caught up into the image on TV is a person that don't even think racism is real. That's a person that if you tell them, yo, this is what the black man got to go through out here in America, they're going to tell you making excuses. You see what I'm saying? So that's a person that's already lost. So to tell them, yo, cut off that TV, you're going to get the fight and the arguments because they're lost. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's just like when you would tell a black girl back in the 90s, why you got that weave in your hair, you got the blonde weave and the blue contacts because you want to be white. And then the black girl like, oh, I don't got blonde hair because I want to be white. I got blonde hair because it looks good on me. Yeah, that's like...
Right.
Like, it's so great.
I say that because a lot of times we'll do something. Like you use somebody with the weave, right? All right, so we're just using that same example. You'll have a female, a chick, you know what I'm saying, black woman who wear weave, you know what I'm saying? And she'll make comments of like, yeah, I know I don't necessarily gotta wear this or whatever. Like I don't really gotta. This is not me really, but I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll make an excuse for it while I do it. Because I do this, and that goes on every level. You can take that from whoever and apply shit like that, where we'll just know that it ain't right, but we'll just keep doing it for whatever our reason we want to justify it for. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't got the answers. Yeah, of course not. We got a lot of work, a lot of fucking intelligence to be applied to, you know what I'm saying, the black communities and shit. But just sometimes I just feel like we'll just keep doing shit just because, like, we got an excuse to do it. Oh, yeah. Knowing that shit's fucked up. So I just feel like people, we got to grow up sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that grass is a motherfucker, y'all. Like, when you check that documentary out, you're gonna hear everybody on this saying code words and terms. You see what I'm saying? For our oppression in this country. They're calling it what the fuck it is. Black oppression. Right. War on black people. Right. You see what I'm saying?
And you know that.
Little fancy terms. Huh?
And they know that.
You said what?
I said they'll say that knowing that's what it is.
They're not. but they may not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
cool.
thing too, because a lot of times you might have a situation where you got somebody that, for example, this is a perfect example. How many times you heard pro-black people say sub-Saharan Africa?
A lot, all the time.
You see what I'm saying? Now, you calling yourself a sub-Saharan African not only is incorrect, it's telling you that you're saying, I give up the northern part of Africa. I'm just from the sub-Saharan down. You see what I'm saying? But you'll hear pro-black, pan-African scholars and leaders and whatever, and you'll hear them say sub-Saharan Africa. Or you will hear black people now say, I'm brown. Yeah. So it's like you'll see people say these terms, and you'll be like, why would you? Oh, slave. No, we was enslaved. Why would you call us slaves? And you'll hear Henry Gates and all kind of people, Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? Are slaves, not enslaved. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'd be like, I don't think we know sometimes. Like, that's why I'm torn, because I'm like, I don't think we know.
See, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, because I understand what you're saying, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I guess it's a mixture of both. Because, I mean, you probably can meet that person that's just like, what are you talking about? Or versus, you know what I'm saying, somebody who, like, I'm not trying to get into that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, it's definitely, people of both types out there, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's, like, for me, like I was just saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just the frustration of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, same things happening over and over, you know what I'm saying? We just, like, I ain't no savior. I'm here talking. I'm with the people too, you know what I'm saying? I'm work in progress and shit like that. But it's just like, damn, it's a little small shit, like, but someday
because it's
we're gonna get there.
None of this shit we going through is new.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So,
to see, like, I was talking with my son Mars, you know what I'm saying? We was chopping it up or whatever. So, she was talking about, like, like people who grow up where they might, like, her situation is her parent, like, she had a crazy relationship with her mom. So, you know what I'm saying, her biological mother, you know what I'm saying? So, she's saying, like, how that affects her, you know what I'm saying, or, people that's in that situation, it affects them in life, which, that's understandably so, you know what I'm saying? You might not be good with relationships and things like that, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm like, my thing is, like, if you can verbalize that, if you could say, oh, I'm not good in relationships because of my parents, then you can fix that. If you're not thinking in that tone at all, it's like, yo, man, I don't know why I'm not good in relationships. Then it's like, yo, you don't know at all. And a lot of times you hear people verbalize things. They might not say exactly, they might not say it in the best tone, they might have the right words for it, but they'll know what's up. They'll know that we are being oppressed, things that's going on. But you know what I'm saying? They'll still live the life. So that, to me, is like, if you can verbalize that you understand what's going on with you or some of the problems, then you can change some of them. You know what I'm saying? Or at least work towards it. You know what I'm saying? But you still can see people who, it's like the cat who go to jail. No, he a jailbird. That's all. But he continue to do the jail shit. Yes, it's variables to that shit too, of course. But that's really my life for the concern.
I got you on that one, because you're right. If you could admit to it, then or see it, then you should be able to change it.
Yeah, at least try.
So I do agree. Yeah, I do agree with that. But then you got to remember, shit, you got times too where it's like, shit, talking to people about being pro-black and why we should stick together and try to build our own shit. Some people look at you like you talking Chinese. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So,
you're right.
Before I go further, I want to, but yeah, let me get into some of this, the 13th stuff for the Netflix joint. The shit was dope. I ain't even gonna front. The shit was dope. It gets into after slavery into Reconstruction, right? You talk about the 13th Amendment and the clause that was put in. So they talk about that. So they get into how, they started to criminalize things black people did to throw us in jail. So they talk about how really, so we know, so then they were saying how basically, with us fighting against the system and shit, again, they wanted to criminalize us, and basically that's how they sold the whole segregation, Jim Crow shit was, look at these people breaking the law. We're not going to have these guys come down to the South and break the law. These are law breakers. You see what I'm saying? So that's how they, and remember the caller, white people don't deal with right and wrong. They deal with legal and illegal. It was legal, so they did it. Right. So, not to get into the civil rights, laws get passed. The civil rights laws get passed. That's why when people diss Martin Luther King, I don't get it, because I'm like, Martin Luther King is the only black leader that has legislation passed. No other black leader got that done. Talk. That's cool. But this is a nation built on laws and legislation. That's a mistake we keep making, by thinking that talking to people and making deals with people is going to do something. No. The only thing that's going to do something when you put shit on books. So then it was showing how in the 1970s with Nixon, he really went into the whole shit of, with the criminalization of blacks and, the gays and the left and the anti-war people, right? That's 1970, right? That's when they start the piece, is 1970, right? From 1970 to 1990, the prison rate went from like 300,000. It was like 300,000 in like 1970, 1980. It might have been like 500 or something thousand. And when it hit 1990, you know what that shit said, my nigga?
How much? It's crazy, a million.
1 million and some change.
Stupid.
Yo, 1970 to 1990. How many years was that?
20.
You see what I'm saying? That's from Nixon. So they had the sister from Assata Shakur speaking, talking about how they have plans. This the 70s, building these big ass jails and shit. But see, this is what black people don't understand. These things don't happen overnight. Only black people got duped into thinking, oh, if black people think together, we could move and we could do. No, these niggas be having 20-year plans, 100-year plans.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We want to have 1-day marches and 2-day boycotts. And that's what you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So from 1970 to 1990, that's 20 years, right? So then from 1990 they went into 2000, right? Because actually what happened was they broke it down from 1970, it went 1980, then it went 1985. Because when it was 1970, 80, and 85, actually, that's when it was still 6 figures. When they got into 1990, that's when it hit that million. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that. Then it went into then from 1990, it was 1 million, right? 2000, it was 2 million. 2000 was 2 million. Now, from 70 to 90, that's 20 years, right? That's from Nixon. But from 80 to 2000, that's 20 years. But I want to say that was the introduction of the mass incarceration or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
2000.
Because in 2000. So that's when. So basically, what I'm saying is, what we don't get when it comes to this voting shit, and that's why it's so stupid for black people to goddamn vote, is because all we're doing is going to somebody saying, we'll give you our vote if you promise you'll do something for us. And then the guy say, okay. Do you know this is what black people is up against? They're up against corporations who is in bed with the politicians. The corporations are the ones that's in bed with the prison. So when the corporation is in bed with the politician, basically what's being said is big money is talking to the lawmakers to pass laws against you. So you begging on me shit. Stop wasting your time voting and start using your fucking time to develop business, entrepreneurship. You have to be a business owner. You have to have money. You have to donate to your politicians and to your aldermen and things of this nature. That's how you play the goddamn game. All this, you got the rights to vote. You know your people died for you to vote. Let's go out there and show what? You're not gonna show a goddamn thing. The police don't work for you. The police work for the fucking business community. Look the shit out. The voting shit don't mean shit. Because you have to pay your politicians for them to run. That's why they need donations. So if you ain't donating to your politician, then he wiping his ass with your fucking vote. That don't mean nothing. So then they start talking about all of so another documentary you should watch. Watch Netflix 13th. Watch The Boogeyman, Lee Atwood, or whatever his name is. But I think it's called The Boogeyman. Lee Atwood or some shit. Koch. Talking about Ed Koch. And The Mogul. The Last Mogul. The story about Lou Weiserman, who got Reagan into office. It's important to watch those 4 documentaries.
When you be getting a chance to watch all of them, John. You won't be there.
I watched it.
I'm over here looking for a pen like, yo, dang. I don't even got no pen.
Let me say it again. Let me say it again slow. But what happened is they're all around the same timeline. Netflix 13th is along the timeline of the 70s up until now. Lee Atwood is the 80s. The Mogul in the early 1900s, really, when he's a kid. But it deals with the 80s with, cause they talk about the mafia shit, but it deals with the 80s actually it deals with the 70s, I believe, with Nixon and Watergate. Then it gets into the 80s and with Reagan and shit. And then you have Koch, which deals with the 70s in the 80s and things of that nature also. So it's good to watch all four of those because just to get the different perspective, just to hear the bullshit that was sold to us during that time, just to see our conditions, just to see the police brutality during that time, just to see what the politicians during that time were saying, just to figure out who was the fuckers, the black fuckers that was signing the goddamn laws against us, now running around acting like they wasn't. Just so we can have a recap, so we're not making the same goddamn mistakes all the time. You know what I'm saying? So those are 4 documentaries you should definitely watch. Netflix, 13th, The Boogeyman, Lee Atwood or Atwater, one of them shit. But I'm pretty sure if you Google Lee W, and his name will come up. Yeah. The Last Movie, which is a movie about Lou Weiserman, and Koch. The story about Ed Koch. Yeah, man. But we got to check that shit out because when you see that, the number one thing you're going to see is, yo, all we doing is begging, man. And these guys, you say, oh, okay, and they go back up to the fucking big house and shit, and they don't do shit for us.
Right.
They don't do shit for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we're going to keep falling for the same shit over and over again. It's going to be another 100 years of us dealing with the same shit. Yeah. It is a fucking crime what's going on with black people in this country. Go ahead, Smoke.
No, I was just going to say, like, I mean, when you're looking at that aspect of it, like, just knowing, like, that, you know, you have to fund politicians, you know what I'm saying, you know, and they campaigns and things like that, and, like, you are correct in saying that, you know what I'm saying, we don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at it in that sense of everything, it's like we do need a plan, we do need, like, you know, some type of guidance, and when it comes to things like that, like the average person, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of things that we need to learn and focus on in order to really do shit, you know what I'm saying? And, like, the point you was making, and, you know, earlier, and just in a lot of shows is that, like, you know, it was law for the shit that was done to us to be done, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's written in the books. So it was like, it was allowed. The oppressor was allowed to oppress. It was like they was able to do that, you know what I'm saying? We was looking at the South Carolina slave laws and the Virginia laws that we spoke about, and we spoke about a bunch of other laws. It's like, it's in the books. So, I mean, you're definitely right, man.
Let me add on to that right there. Black Lives Matter, the movement, right? Running up on Hillary. Yell, yell, yah, yah. Yell, yell, yah, yah. Hillary said, well, what do you want? What do you want? She said, I can't remember what they said, but she said something like, we'll get a law passed or some shit like that. They're looking confused because all they know is yell, yell, argue, argue, scream, scream, bitch, bitch. What do we want? Nothing. When do we want it now? You know what I'm saying? That's all we know. We don't know what the fuck else to do. We got to get shit passed. I remember going on Facebook, and I told that shit to you. I'm telling these people, yo, I respect Martin Luther King because he was the only one that got laws passed. Ain't none of these other guys up there you saying which one is a real leader or whatever like that got laws passed. The law can't give me my independence. Nigga, your independence was taken through law. What the hell are you talking about?
And also, too, like, we gotta, like, because sometimes I see, like, too, like, you see people, you know, we look at, like, one ultimate leader. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a Jesus complex. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of people who's leading certain things and doing certain shit. Like we ain't gonna have one leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what made me think of that, but it's like shit.
Narrative. All that's narrative. All of that's narrative. That's like me saying right now, goddamn, I want to be pro-black. So I'm going to put on a lapel and some black jackets and some black combat boots. And I'm going to have some black You know what I'm saying? It's like, the fuck?
You know.
Like, you got an outfit? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole fucking outfit and shit. And you don't realize that, this is America. Like, I wish I had the words to really explain it. See, that documentary was ill, right? Because it was able to really illustrate how I see America. And I've always seen America. That's why when Trump talked, I'm like, oh, Trump gonna win. Because remember, like, if you ever hear me, I always say what? The only time that I get nervous that Trump might lose is when I listen to the TV, right? Because when I'm listening to with my ears in the street, these niggas are like, and look, where I'm in Georgia, right? Trump got a lead in Georgia. Trump is leading in there. You see what I'm saying? When I put my ears to the street, I hear Trump.
But see, like with the Trump thing, like I just saw on CNN, like the website or whatever, they got him like I'm the victim, got it in quotes, and got him like the classic Trump face. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like it's the timing of everything to me is everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me, it's like legitimacy to the stories. Of course, it's there. They got him on tape, all type of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lot of legitimacy to the things that's going on, but it's a barrage of it, and it's like it's kind of like they like when you look at it, it's just like all of this at one time. It's like this person, it goes like you think back recently to like Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? You heard one thing, there's like 50 women come out, and they got a newspaper cover, a magazine cover with all the women on it and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we know, Trump. Everybody knows Trump is a scumbag, but it's like for all the stories that come out right now, it's all part of the political, the political process. So I mean, a lot of people is just looking at it as that. You know what I mean? You have the average person that's like, Trump is, he's a scumbag. He's talking about doing this and that. But, I mean, when you look at the big pictures, like all the stories at one time, elections coming up, next 2-3 weeks, it's like the final blows. The final blows.
But that's what the other side is saying. That's what the other side is saying. The other side is saying basically the same thing you just said. Y'all could talk all that stuff about, we already knew that about Trump, like, basically, like, in their own little code word, like, we already know about Trump. Y'all really shocked at Trump? Come on, y'all really shocked at some rich, privileged ass white man? Like, y'all really? Yeah, right? So, basically, they said, like, now, let's stick with the issue. Let's stick with the 83 up seats. Let's stick with the Supreme Court choice. Let's stick with this. We can't have our country go. That's what they saying. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like if that don't shake that base in the Hillary side, people are still sitting around like, I'm not even trying to fuck with this voting shit really like that anyway. And goddamn, I'm gonna vote for the independent. Then, yeah, this shit is still easily, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm
on record as picking Hillary Clinton, you know what I'm saying? I picked her. Yeah. I'm not switching my pick. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but it's just like, it's just like, it's just like, it's just like, you know, you think back to you have an example of, you know, Trump, which is like the Brexit. You know what I'm saying? It's like voters are not going to vote to leave the European Union. No, they're not going to do that. The preliminary polls say they're whatever the percentages was, and then when it happened, they voted against it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's the overall theme. Like, who the hell's going to vote for Trump? Trump is an idiot, man. Look at this guy, Mr. Toupee. They going off on him. They got characters of him. You know what I'm saying? They calling him a pedophile, all type of craziness. You know, and he lends to that. He lends to that a lot. You know what I'm saying? He lends to that. He opens himself up for that. But that's the dynamic. It's like you're hearing all this now. What's going to happen when when the polls open? So you seen the example earlier. You know, this could be, you know, our version of it here in America. You know what I'm saying? Of Brexit.
That's why I took them 3 days off at my job. You know what I'm saying? Because I was
like he is.
I felt it, yo. I was like, you know what? I'm taking these 3 days off. I said I'd rather come back to work on that nice Monday. You know, I got the Mondays. So when I see the sad face, I can just be like, maybe this is just the Monday, the case of the Monday. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming inside and seeing people looking like, can you believe it? I'm going to say, yeah. Remember I was telling y'all that months ago to prepare because this nigga going to win, and y'all kept saying, ha, 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 nobody would choose him? Yeah, I was the one that believed it. Like I said, I don't trust this country, man. I don't trust this country.
You know, we done had an activist president. We done had a bodybuilder as governor.
Yeah, but none of that matters. None of that matters. We have a pattern. And the pattern is, one, this is a game. Two, it's a pattern. Ain't no way. Yo, real spit on everything that I love. I cannot see this country saying, I'm going to accept a black president, Democrat, go do all this shit the Democrats did, whether you agree or not, right? But we all should agree that a gang of different shit happened under the Democrats, from Don't Ask, Don't Tell being repealed to gay people is not even a thing anymore. Now we trying to figure out what the hell is transgender. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done got used to the gay shit already. That don't even trip us out no more. We like, what the fuck is transgender? Why do you want to use the girl's bathroom? What kind of shit is this? So it's like, is this country, like, do you really believe that this country is then going to turn around and say we're going to go through another 4 to 8 years of this shit? That shit is not going to happen, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? I don't care about this pussy grabbing shit. I don't care about all of the polls saying, oh, Hillary got it by a landslide, because I lived through Al Gore. And I remember when everybody thought Al Gore had that shit. I remember that shit. I remember motherfuckers was talking just like this when Al Gore and Bush was running. I remember that, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. So, like I said, the only time I get nervous is when I watch the news. Then I say, oh, he's grabbing pussy. What the hell is going on? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But when I listen to the street, when I'm reading the paper, when I'm seeing all of these different articles talking about a recession is looming, a lot of the big financiers got their money on the sideline again. We get another bubble. Straight up. If you watch 13, they show the pattern of this country. You see what I'm saying? And it leads right up into the rhetoric that Trump say. My whole thing is this. Whether it happened or not, are we prepared? What are we prepared for? Stop all of that rocking to the side, humming, looking up at the sky and all that shit like that, thinking something going to come out the sky and help you. The only thing that come out the sky and help you is the sun. That's it. By giving them cancer and skin cancer and shit like that. So the earth is doing this part. The sharks is eating them when they can. Flesh-eating bacteria is trying to attack them when they can. You know what I'm saying? It's time for black people now to stand the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing their part except us. We just sitting around and shit like fucking lumps on a log, thinking that believing in this white man system and working within this white man system and rearranging and restructuring and all this, none of that's going to work. The only how this shit is going to work for black people is to not slowly, definitely slowly, but we have to systematically, I should say, start to pull out of this white man system. First, by black people starting to create our own system. Then the blacks that's working within the white system has to start to support, to pull that money out of their system into our shit as we collect our shit. And no, it's not going to be a year. It's not going to be a month. It's not going to be 5 years. No. This shit has got to be a 100-year plan. Straight up, being revised every 20 years. That's why white people always say, this is the baby boomers. This is Generation X, Generation Y, and all kind of shit like that. This is the millennial. Every time they do that, what they basically saying is, these are the people that, these are the children of the generation that was conditioned under this system. So we're watching them and seeing baby boomers. They grow up to be better savers. Why? Because a lot of baby boomers grew up during the, you see what I'm saying? I think World War II maybe or some shit, I don't know. But whatever they grew up under, they grew up where people had to pinch pennies and save. So as they got older, they kept that tradition. But guess what? Their child grew up where there was more opportunity and the parents had a little bit more money to spend, so they grew up under a consumer lifestyle. So then that's how these people know how to target certain groups. The civil rights era black versus the crack era black. You see what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton and the super predators. That was a whole generation.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah, that was a whole generation. So it's like we have to really restructure our shit. Stop thinking this shit gonna happen overnight. Stop complaining if you don't see change. Fuck you. Die, then you'll see change. Let everybody else that's moving forward move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, remember when I was first introducing niggas to the whole stock ideas, and I said, if we put our money in the stock market and that's when we were fucking with the penny stock. So with the penny shit, and we lose all our money, our life don't change. We still working, busting our ass, trying to make it. But if it do pop, then our life change drastic. You see what I'm saying? That's how we have to look at how we are. If we decide to move more righteous, decide to build, work towards building businesses, not thinking corporation and conglomerates, no. Just think yourself, create a business, local business, try to expand it. Somebody else, create a business, start to expand it. Somebody else. Then you start to create businesses, communities. You see what I'm saying? And then these business communities now will have to work with each other. The working with each other part, that might not even start with that first generation of black who starting their business. It might start with their children when they take over the business. And the children might in return say, I'm gonna work with a couple of these businesses here, these businesses work over here, because they might have all went to school. And then it might be their children that end up saying, let's all bring them together instead of having these different organizations. We all bring them down to one. And then it might be 50 years later before we end up having towns and stuff and really holding down the local elections and local laws and policies. We have control of that. And it might be another 100 years.
Yeah, that's not overnight.
Huh?
No, I was just saying it's not. I said that shit is not overnight. Shit like that not gonna happen in one day.
Yeah.
1 year,
guess what?
10 years.
If we fail, guess what? If we fail, our life don't change. We'll still be working for Whitey. We'll still crack us out of head our police. We'll still be getting incarcerated. Ain't nothing gonna change. So what do we got to lose? We don't just master slavery. We make this shit look good. You know what I'm saying? We mastered this shit. Come on, man. So trying something different ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, that's how I look at that, man. The shit's just disgusting, though, man, because I look at it and I say to myself, like, ain't nothing really changed. I mean, and even though we know that, but it's sad because it's like when I'm hearing us talk, we don't talk like this is old. We talk like this is new. You know what I'm saying? Even when we're showing it in the past that it's old, we still talk like it's new. And I'm like, nah, man, that's supposed to hurt. That's supposed to piss you off. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you find out the court system done overcharged you for your ticket. And so you're going to be mad. Hey, man, y'all overcharged me.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like, look. They like this, Mo. For which one? This ticket or this ticket? And they're like, wait, y'all overcharged me for both tickets? And then you see a whole bucket of tickets. Once you start to realize that for years you've been getting overcharged on your tickets, that shit going to piss you off. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, that's the disconnect that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see that and we'll say, look at that. This is systematic. This is systematic overcharging of tickets. This is systematically happening to people of color. We have to break the system that, what the fuck is you talking about? Let's use some stronger words. Let's use harsh words. Let's use words that vilifies and stigmatize people that move like that, like homophobia does. You see what I'm saying? You don't hear gay people walking around talking about this is systematic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear that shit. They got words that got Jews. This is systematic. No. They got words, anti-Semite, that got fucking niggas scared to death on the radio. I ain't gonna talk about the Jews. You know, they'll have you shut down. Like, god damn. All our shit is all pretty the fuck up. It's all prettied up. And you understand about America, the Bible is important and the dictionary is important. They will tell you, black person, you're a fucking liar. They will tell you, white person, you embellished. That's what they will do. Do not trust this person here. Lied. Go to the white person. This person here embellished. So when you hear embellished, Then he said it carries on a different energy compared to lie. You see what I'm saying? And that's how the game goes. So when you allow them to have you running around talking about systematic racism and and try to intellectualize our oppression, you do it a disservice. Let's call it brutalization. Let's call it attack and assault. Instead of police brutality, because everybody's accustomed to police brutality, police terrorism. There's police terrorism in the black community. And then when you hear police get up at arms about that term, and the police commissioner getting pissed off on TV because you're calling it police terrorism, then that's when you found out you got a good word. I have the best word to describe this shit, because police is pissed off that I'm saying what's happening is in the black community is police terrorism. And if they get upset, and they get upset about Beyonce, then you found you the perfect word. But if you're saying police brutality and they're saying you're a fucking liar, and you're saying systematic racism and they're saying prove it, that means you're not using the right word. You have to figure out different words and slogans that's going to really impact what it is that you're trying to say. So we have to look at the whole Netflix 13 joint, because that shit is dope. But like I said, when you watch Netflix 13, you got to look at the Ed Koch. Ed Koch is a little white Jew, allegedly gay, politician from New York. And it basically shows you Ed Koch. He was out there in them. He was out there in them
getting down like that.
Getting down and dirty. Yeah, he probably was the A-sex. He probably was only fucking himself. But a good part that they had inside there is how when Mario Cuomo, right, just to show you, American politics, right? This Mario Cuomo slogan. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Vote for Cuomo, not the homo.
Get the fuck out of here.
Vote for Cuomo, not the homo. 1970. So you they're talking about this, oh my God, this dirty politics, and I feel like it's always been dirty politics. They didn't start they ain't clean up politics until Barack and McCain was running against each other. McCain is old as fuck, and Barack is black. So McCain said he's not going to do no dirty mudslinging politics. He's going to go do a straight up clean run, and Barack agreed, and that's why it went the way it went. Four, then it got accustomed for the last four. Now we coming into Hillary, and everybody like, oh my God, it's so disgusting. Look how they're talking. It's always like that. But the point is, once they're saying the whole thing of vote for Cuomo, not the homo, they showed in the documentary that, everybody was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, the whole gay thing, it might affect them because of the whole, him being, instead of being gay, so they end up pairing him up. And it's funny because this is back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So when you're watching it, now it's so blatant, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day, people got fooled. But it's like so obvious, it's ridiculous. But they paired him up with this Jewish first American, Miss America. She was a Jewish woman. She was the first Miss America, whatever. Paired him up with her. So they acting like they dating and shit like that, and they holding hands and shit. But he says in the documentary they ain't never screwed, they ain't never kissed or nothing like that. Like, they're never involved with each other, never slept together, none of that. They were friends. They were just friends. That was it. But on the outside, they try to portray it like there was a couple, so to take the gay rumors off. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear the whole story that Hillary's, you know what I'm saying, she's a little carpet muncher, you know what I'm saying? And you understand why Bill out there flinging ding-a-ling everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But it's politics. It's not real. These people will lie to you, talk to you. They'll sit there and fucking, they'll do anything for a vote so they can be in power to control the well-being of your life, the laws that governs you. That's how the game works. Now, understanding the game, then you say to yourself, okay, so how can I benefit from this game? How you benefit from the game? First of all, like I said, you got to be you got to be a business owner. You got to be a business owner because you got to donate. You got to donate. You see what I'm saying? You have to. The only how you don't have to be a business owner is if everybody's vote is voting for that same person and you taking out personal money or whatever like that. But here's the point. You don't look at mayors, you don't look at presidents, you don't look at governors, you don't look at senators. You don't look at none of that shit, black people. What you need to be looking at is aldermen, city aldermen. You need to be looking at councilmen, councilwomen, board of ... Those are the seats you need to be looking for. All of those are small seats. All of those are easy seats for your black ass to get into. Just look at the requirements. You see what I'm saying? Get into these areas, get into these situations so you can learn the game. It's more of us. You see what I'm saying? And then what you do is you make laws and pass laws that benefit your people. It can be something small. Like I said, everything has to go back to your people. They got the old senator, he was like 90-something, Bird, the old Ku Klux Klan, old crack-ass cracker, he dead now. He was in Senate, the oldest running and all kind of shit like that. The thing that everybody talked about him being the oldest, you know why he was the oldest in Senate? Because his people kept him in office. Because they had all that pork spending you always hear about, and he always made sure special projects went to the community that he represented. So whether it be a basketball court or a library or a swimming pool or a statue or this or that, he always put special shit that he wanted in that community provisions in there. The Latinos do that shit. Whether it's in New York, whether it's in LA, whether it's damn sure in Florida, Miami. That's what black people is the only people y'all want to play the white people game, which is fucking over black people. That's the dumbass game we play. And that's why I said, Smoke, sometimes I think we don't get it. I think that we look through the eyes of white people, we think with the minds of white people, and we want to do the same thing that white people do, which is ultimately screwing us. So then we end up getting big and screwing us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That'd be the way that we look for the come up. That's the way we look for the come up is off of our own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got our own people, getting over on us, robbing us, and then we got everybody else robbing us. So I definitely agree with that. It's rough out here. It's a lot we got to learn, you know what I'm saying? A lot we got to just put into action. So, you're right about that, man. You're definitely right about that.
And then you see the whole game now with the whole election thing now is the gender war. And if you remember, that was my whole thing why I said I wanted Trump to win too, because I feel like if Hillary wins, then that means women is going to feel like they won which means that black women gonna feel like they won, and then is the whole black movement gonna die? You know what I'm saying? That's how it felt. Now with the gender war,
it's like you can see that's what it is because of the push for Hillary. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of it ain't so much Hillary is that bitch. No, it's Trump ain't that dude. And it's like, yo, we can just knock him down and, you know, get Hillary in the office. It's like that's what I see. And that's a lot through the, you know, mainstream media, of course, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where it's being seen at. But I mean, you're right with the gender wars, you know, you could definitely see it. You know, I mean that's part of her support is women. You know what I'm saying? So you already know that's going to be the angle for and where she speak to. You know what I'm saying? When if she was to get into office, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, when Barack came in office, you started hearing you know, our kids, you could tell our kids that they could be anything. They could be the president, you know what I'm saying? Just start having those themes, like, you know what I'm saying? So you could just see that theme coming along with her, you know what I'm saying? You could definitely see that theme coming along with her. Woman power, you know what I'm saying? A woman president, you know?
Yeah. I'm saying I'll be laughing at. I'll be laughing at because of the whole pussy grabbing scandal and all that shit from Trump. I'll be laughing when everybody.
That shit still have me tripping, man. Trump is funny,
man. That's fucking hilarious.
That dude is crazy.
No, but he named. He's white America. He's the white man. The whole thing is, just like I keep saying, you're not supposed to let everybody know that. We're supposed to keep that on the low. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is basically Donald Trump. This is a perfect fucking example. I'm pretty sure everybody understands this. Donald Trump is like a ghetto black person who's out the ghetto and around white people in like a white neighborhood or whatever, or like in your business, you know, so like your job or whatever, and they just fucking off the chain, and they like, nigga, look at all these bitches, and you're like, yo, come and it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, why you acting like that? Yo, you acting all stuck up and shit like that. It's like, nah, yo, like, look where we at, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's the presidential, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like, sit down, you know what I'm saying? And he like, man, you tripping, yo, I'll never change, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, look at the where we at, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Trump is. He out there. You know what I'm saying? Then the media, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Not to defend no shit, but it's like, I ain't gonna lie, yo. The media, yo, that media is a beast for real. Just like Elijah Muhammad said, that media is a motherfucker. That media is powerful, yo. I can't even front. That shit will have you fucking looking at your mother, if they had your mother on there, right? With a bag of money and a ski mask on her eye, and you looking like, damn, mama, I didn't know you robbed a bank. And it's like, rob a bank? Like, the media will have you believe in anything, you know what I'm saying? And they sit there now and they it's like they showing you all this shit and have you believing and looking and all kind of shit. But I'm like, wow, you write Trump on one side and you put Hillary on another side, draw a line in the middle, write down what you don't like. Everything on Trump's side going to be emotional shit, and everything on Hillary's side going to be real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, what's the issue with Trump? Oh, what he said about the Mexicans, the Muslims, blah, blah, blah.
And that's why you see the argument built the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much pro-Hillary, it's anti-Trump. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really to stand on for Hillary. You know what I'm saying? It's like even down to the smallest things, the questions about her health and shit like that. It's like you can't really big her up. You can't wave the Hillary flag like that unless you just don't know. You know what I mean? Unless you just don't know. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? But you can see people bypass it, even if they, like, is the hate for Trump strong enough to sway somebody who don't want to vote and say, you know what, I'm vote for Trump, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's
the
like,
people that don't want to vote, they not voting. This is what the media is doing, because they think they split. This is what the media is doing. The ones voting for Hillary, voting for Hillary. The ones voting for Trump is voting for Trump, right? The ones saying that they undecided, they're voting for Trump. They just don't want to say they voting for Trump, so they screaming undecided. All of this is the same shit that was going on during Gore Bush.
Yeah, that's true.
Gore Bush was literally was the same way, undecided and all kind of bullshit like that. You ain't seen none of that shit with like when and I remember that shit because Gore Bush was an election that I remember looking at some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just to be informed, you know what I'm saying, because I was older. But Barack, you ain't hear none of that shit with Barack. Y'all voting for Barack? Yeah, you voting for Barack. Boom. You ain't hear no undecided. It was either motherfuckers was voting for Barack or you was voting for McCain. You ain't hear no undecided. Like, think about that shit. And all the silly shit Sarah Palin was doing and all that shit like that, motherfuckers ain't scream undecided. It was, we fucking with McCain then, or hell no, I'm not fucking with no damn John McCain and that crazy ass Sarah Palin. Barack. You ain't here undecided. Undecided means we're going for the unpopular vote and we don't want you to know. So we're going to say undecided. Because, again, how the hell are you going to be undecided we in October? That don't make no sense.
Yeah,
they know what it is. They know what it is. So, that's what I think. So
at the end of the day, we're going to see. At the end of the day, we're going to see. It's interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
We're going to do the show on that day. Man, let me tell you, if I fuck around and be right, nobody can tell me shit. I'm telling you, it ain't no easy. That wasn't no easy pick.
You can't tell me nothing.
It wasn't an easy pick. But I'm looking at a pattern in America. You got to remember, we're coming up to another 20 years. We're coming up to another 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we bullshitting, but nah, man, we coming up to another fucking another 20 years and shit. Yeah, so it's like we bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, like I said, my whole concern is I don't want us to stop fighting. We cannot we can't afford that. We can't afford that, no matter who wins. We can't afford that. If Trump wins, I already know we're going to continue fighting. If Hillary wins, we ain't going to fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hate built up for Trump. There's a lot of hate built up for him. So, like, that's that's like kind of like the side effect of, you know what I mean, the portrayal of him, you know what I'm saying, in the media or whatever. It's like if he do win, we're going to want to band together more, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. So, Makes sense. You know, it's kind of like a side effect, so to speak.
Yeah, then you got the marijuana laws coming up in November. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. You somebody sent me in Colorado and a few other markets, they got the Marlboro joint, marijuana cigarettes. You seen that?
I saw it on Facebook. I wouldn't even buy no shit like that.
Hell no. But you see how it is, because it's like, you know, Colorado kind of was like the testing ground. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm looking at it, it's like, you know, a lot of regular mom and pop, so to speak, you know, persons and people was able to like come up off of that Colorado boom. So now you see like with further states going more and more, you know, like more states, you know, moving towards like legalization. Now you're gonna see more control by the, you know, like the government. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marlboro cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Just having more control over like entries into those markets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, seeing what the opportunities are gonna be less. It's gonna be like just to keep it simple, I guess. It's just like it'll be less opportunities for the small guy. You know what I'm saying? As you know, more and more states pass on, it's like it's gonna be more government regulated. The way I'm looking at it, you know what I'm saying? So, and when I saw those cigarettes, I was like,
I wanted to read something, man. This coonery shit. That. This is why I hate when black people.
What's going on?
Get mulattoes. You know what I'm saying? Because
you said be with them.
I said diss them.
Oh, okay.
That's why I hate when they diss mulattoes. So they say Sean McCoy is supposed to bring cops to the game against Colin Kaepernick. Buffalo Bills running back LaShawn McCoy said Thursday he planned to bring between 15 and 20 local police officers to the game this weekend when the Bills take on San Francisco 49ers. McCoy's plan comes as 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who has protested during the national anthem this season to bring attention to what he called racial injustice by police officers against minorities in the U.S., was recently named the team's starting quarterback. McCoy said the gesture wasn't a direct response to Kaepernick's kneeling protest. He added, he has no problem with his protest. McCoy said that it has yet to be determined whether the officers will come to Sunday's game or not. He's going to say it's just an appreciation thing because they're taking so much heat right now. Yeah. They're taking so much heat right now. There's things that are happening that are definitely wrong, but I just feel like there's bad people, there's bad cops, and there's good cops. But he ain't say good people. The plan to bring officers to the game was being set up through McCoy's foundation. And this is a dark-skinned black dude.
Company,
so when people sit there and they want to diss, yeah, but it's like when people want to diss Kaepernick for being mixed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, there's so many dark-skinned black parents, black people cooning and running around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I heard you saying that.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. You got time for
that.
Don't
Don't be the main one. You know what I'm saying? It'll be the light-skinned cat who's like, yo, I'm not dealing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Something got to give.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you got the LaShawn McCoy. Like, what is the logic behind that? Like, that dude, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And he was the same one complaining about his court because, you know, he used to play for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Bum-ass Philadelphia Eagles. And they was complaining about their coach, Chip Kelly, how Chip Kelly got rid of all of, you know, the prominent black players on the team, you know, including LaShawn McCoy. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, he was just complaining about that shit, you know, well, that's about 2 seasons ago now, or 3 seasons, you know what I'm saying, right before he went to Buffalo. So he was complaining about that. So it's like, that's what I'm saying, it's like it goes into my point, it's like you just experienced some bullshit. And then it's like you're going to go, like, come on, man. This is a dark-skinned cat, so a lot of it might be the psychology like you spoke on. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's like parts and parts of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, man, it's like you just went through a situation like that. And you know, that's the stance you take. You know what I'm saying? I can understand you like, well, you know what? Let him do him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to do me. But then you just going to go anti this what he doing. Like, come on, man. You want to stand on the sideline, cool. But don't just come bring the anti to this, you know what I'm saying? The opposition or whatever. It's like, come on, that you don't even really need that type of energy there. Less. Come on, man, that was corny, yo. I didn't even know that, man.
That was corny as shit. Yeah, that's it, corny as shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to drop him off my fantasy team.
Oh, you on your team?
Yeah, my fantasy football. I'm about to bench that.
Yeah, that's that corny shit, because see, to me, I feel like it's one of them situations where it's like, and that's why sometimes I just feel like we don't know, because see, I was born in this, brought up in this since birth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I literally had my eyes open since birth, so I've always seen this shit like this. And it's like, when I talk to some people, like they have to explain to me, like, look, I didn't grow up like that. I never knew about white supremacy. I never knew that we was being oppressed. I knew white people didn't like us, or I knew that they treated us bad, or I knew that we were slaves in this country at one point, but then it's always followed up with, but all of them isn't bad. All of them don't treat us bad. Hell, most black people treat us bad, and slavery was a long time ago. You see what I'm saying? So if you have that type of understanding, and we should just move forward. So if you have that type of understanding, then you may not look at it systematic. Like, I remember once when I was explaining about the whole Trayvon Martin situation, I was saying that once the verdict came out and nobody protested, you know what I'm saying, a comment was put out there saying, oh, look how black people didn't even do nothing. We soft, we weak. And I said, no, that's not how it worked. We're going to let it, it's going to be a couple of this shit going to accumulate. We're going to eat that. Then we're going to explode. That's how it works. You see what I'm saying? Right. So, but then you got other people that might look at it and be like, look, we ain't doing nothing. Because they're new. They're not even part of that. They're new to what's going on. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're reacting the way they're reacting, because that's the reaction I would have had when I was younger. Why we ain't doing nothing right now? But the older heads might have been like, you know what? We ain't even gonna act crazy. We're gonna go back and we're gonna start writing up legislation to give to our congressmen. Where the youth might be like, yo, old head, why y'all don't want to tear no shit up and burn no shit down? And if he hits you with, yo, we've been doing that for 75 years, time for a change. Oh, okay. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't know that we've been doing the same shit over and over, getting the same results over and over, we're stuck in a fucking hamster wheel, then you're going to keep reacting every time it happens. So by the time you get that 50th shock, yeah, you would think, you would know that you're going to get shocked again. But you got people that you get shocked and then it's like, forget about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't. Like even look at police brutality and the terrorism that goes on in our community with police. Police ain't just start doing this. Police been doing this shit. How many times you hear black people say, "Oh, look how the police violence done ramped up." It's like ramped up. This shit always been like this. Look how they treating us now. Now? Where the fuck was you 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
They've always been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this is psychological, and I think we're broken as a people to the point that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. So what happened is the part of where we think we know is when we're reacting to something. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear somebody might say, "Yo, did you know that the 13th Amendment say that slavery is abolished except through criminality?" And you might be like, "Oh, these brothers opening their eyes." No, that's not. Your eyes ain't open. You just ran across some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean your eyes is open. That's just information. When your eyes get open is when you're going to start to understand how to maneuver in the system. That's the part we don't get. That's the part when I'm looking at Netflix 13, which is an amazing documentary. Netflix 13th, excuse me. The 13th. It was amazing. But the only thing that I picked up watching it was our word usage is not strong enough to depict properly the atrocities that black people is going through in this country. Like, literally, the shit is criminal. The shit is sadistic. The shit that, this is why black America is so goddamn crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're so fucking crazy. Because when you go through this, it's going to make you crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's going to make you crazy. Because you get accustomed of not expecting nothing. And that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You get accustomed to that. You get accustomed of violence. You get accustomed of poverty. You get accustomed of poor education. You get accustomed of or failing schools. You get accustomed of no economics. You get accustomed of like I want to do. Can people even imagine living in a community where you can't even find work within where you live? Every other ethnic group have business where you rest your head at, and for you to work, you have to go outside your community to look for work. The store on the corner ain't for you. And the store next to it ain't for you. And next to that one and next to that one ain't for you. Like, you a kid, and you can't go to the corner and say, "Hey, can I be a stock boy? Can I bag groceries?" Because the Chinese might say no. Or the Indian might say no. Or the Arab might say no. Because I ain't no black business. And then wonder how these boys get into jail. Huh?
Say everybody saying no. Say everybody saying no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No opportunity.
So it's like, that's reality. You're in a scenario now where the only opportunity that you have is criminality. So now you get accustomed to doing crime. You get accustomed to doing crime so much that then you put crime in ranking order. where this is a good dude. He do scams. And this is a good dude right here. He kill people, but he only kill for hire. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the rationale you start to have. You know what I'm saying? That's the rationale you have and shit. And it's like you're around killers and delinquents and shit that's not still sharpening still. So then you end up sharpening yourself off of criminality. I remember when I was in that environment, I didn't even know that about getting guns legally, cars legally, shit legally. Everything I got was in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I got was in the street. I did not know how easy it was to get shit legally. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you get accustomed to that shit. Then being from Brooklyn, you just associate that shit being from Brooklyn. You're like, hey, I'm from Brooklyn. What I look like doing something illegal? You know what I'm saying? You get accustomed to that shit.
Oh, shit.
And then the system is set up where once your mind frame is locked into that, you will, like for example, when my brother picked me up when I had got arrested for the little traffic violation shit, and he told me that he never been arrested before, and I was like, you ain't never been arrested? You never been to jail? And he was like, nah.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
And I was like, yeah, see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. They said in on the 13th documentary, they said that 1 out of 3 black men go to jail, in comparison to whites, which is 1 out of 17. So that's funny because I mean, you and my brother is 2 that didn't go to jail, and number 3.
2 out of 6.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, the crazy part is, it tripped me out when my brother said it. I'm like, how you do that?
I'm like, what, man?
That just tripped me out. How you do that?
Nigga lying. That nigga lying.
And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? But it's conditioning. The only way for us to bring out these conditions is for us not to accept the imagery that is put upon black people. We have to change all of that shit. And you know what's funny? Remember I said that shit to you, I guess it was like 4 years ago when my son was still in their mom's belly. And I was like, yo, when my boys them get older, I want to change my dress code so they can see how a man dress. You know what I'm saying? So when they get older, they can know the difference between dressing like a boy and dressing like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all conditions we have to change. We have to change these things. We have to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to change. We can't sit there and say we want better, but we don't want to change nothing. We want better, but we don't see no fault in how we live it. We want, and this have nothing to do with if we change how we act, they'll change how. No, they're never going to change how they act towards us. Get that through your head. They're never going to respect you. They're never going to be happy with you. They're never going to love you. They're never going to respect you. They're never going to accept you. It is what the fuck it is. It's better for us to accept that and start to say, let's change who we are so we can create who we are. Because what's happening right now, this ain't us. The black youth killing their parents and speaking out against them, that's not how we move. Black parents killing their kids and all that, that's not how we move. All this materialism and homosexuality and all this crazy, that's not how we move. We got to get back to who we are. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all check out that Netflix 13th The documentary called The 13th. You know what I'm saying? The Mogul, The Last Mogul, Koch, and the Boogeyman lead app, Water, I believe it is. But check that shit out, man, and understand how this political game goes. And let's push some more entrepreneurial shit. Got anything to say, Smoke, before we close out?
Yeah, all that in a bag of chips. Nah, man. I mean, yo, we just gotta get on it, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get on it. Stop faking the funk. Stop faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we know what we gotta do, man, but we got a lot of learning, man. But yeah, man, that's really about it, man.
All right, so until next time, peace.
I'm in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being.